Never mind, you can hit record whenever. I'll do the intro. Hey guys, welcome back to CTRL+S. I believe we are on week 8 at the moment. If this is your first time joining in, this is the weekly check-in podcast where we document our progress towards our long-term goals and anything else that we have been doing that is related to production. We have a new guest today. We got
more weeks than Friday Night Funkin'.
Woo! Truly a landmark. we got Mr. Ethan of Ekrcoaster here. How are you doing? And how you doing today?
I'm doing good.
I'm doing fine. I'm doing pretty all right. Pretty tired, but pretty good.
Same.
So, give us a little intel about you. Who are you, and what do you do? Yeah.
Me? Okay.
Yeah, who are you? No one knows you.
Nobody knows who you are. None of us members
No
know
one
who
knows you. Who are you?
0 people. Least famous guest so far.
Yeah. I am a Minecraft animator, or I guess.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
I hope you get better soon. But no, you've been around for a hot minute. You've made.
Oh yeah.
You've been like consistently making stuff for. What was it, like 5 or 6
Far too
years?
long. Yeah.
Damn,
I'm
yeah.
still kicking. They can't get rid of me.
They can't. No. But yeah. So you've been pretty consistently making. Yeah, I just repeated the last same sentence that I did.
It's okay, man. We're all not on 100% battery.
It's been
Yeah, no, it's totally all right. But yeah,
It's been a few weeks.
Your most recent endeavor seems to be the Dan Bull mob raps. And how did you actually get involved with Mr. Danny B?
Oh, so it's really funny. I don't fully remember how, but I'm just going off of what Knockers has told me because I believe him. Yeah, we had somehow gotten in contact with him. I think Knockers just emailed him and was like, "I want to make a mob rap."
Oh wait,
And
actually, no. I remember the story behind this. He messaged Dan Bull because he wanted to do the Arch Illager rap.
Yes.
Yeah. And
then
then Dan Bull was all like, "Oh, I'm actually looking for animators." Ooh, and then he like wiggled his fingers and licked his lips. And he's like, "You're an animator."
Oh, that's super interesting, actually.
Yeah. So then, he got in contact that way, and then Knockers roped me in. And then we had apparently, like, gotten in a call with Dan and his manager, like, early maybe, like, we're talking, like, maybe a year before Spider Out came out. And we talked about it and talked about the video, and I have no memory of this. And then we just, like, moved on with our lives. And, like, we agreed to do the video. But we just moved on with our lives. And then, it wasn't until maybe 3 or 4 months before my timeline's all messed up, but before Spider Up came out, a little bit closer, it just kind of like happened, and we just kind of realized that, like, oh yeah, we're in charge of Spider Up. So we set up the team, we got all that stuff ready, and then we started working on it.
Sweet. That's actually super interesting to hear. Oh, go ahead.
I just realized because of that, every single person in this call has worked on a mob rap.
Oh yeah.
Really? That's so cool.
Yeah, actually.
True.
That's really cool.
Mob rapping.
I'm not even.
Like all of us were on Spider Rap except for Red, but Red worked on Skeleton Rap.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
I'm OG.
That's so true.
That's really interesting to hear because that seems like that's the beginning of all of these, like, I guess, new age mob raps because pretty much yeah, everyone here is also, I think, currently on some production team that has a relation to a mob rap. Pretty much all of them are kind of in stasis at the moment, though. But it seems like that was the very first example of Dan Bull kind of going into this general community and scouting out animators.
Yes.
So that's that was pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's definitely wild. I remember, like, I was working on the Spider Rap. That was a silly. And my dog wants a leaf. Okay, why don't?
A leaf?
All right, well, that happened. Okay, anyway. Continuing forth is, I guess, just some, like, more general questions is, you know, what do you find inspiring, like, right now versus what you did, like, when you started animating 5 or 6 years ago?
Ooh, that's a good question. Back then I was really inspired by like Disney movies. Frozen in particular is what got me into animation. I remember
Really?
trying to like animate Elsa's ice castle in Blender because I couldn't figure it out in Minecraft. But now I would say music does a lot more. Like hearing a song, like wanting to like emulate that sort of energy you get from a song. That's what
Yeah.
inspired me for like War of Map at least.
Honestly, that's like one of my favorite things about being an animator is every single time I listen to like any kind of music, my brain just creates visuals with
Yes.
Yeah.
it. It's
Yeah.
such a cool feeling.
It's
Done
pretty
that with
awesome.
the geometry dash levels for 7 years.
I hear that's something a lot of people do, even those who can't animate, and it's an unendingly frustrating experience for them. It's funny you mention that because I was actually just working on that earlier today. I listened to a song and then immediately started animating it. Here, I'll send it in chat.
Also something to note. I immediately see Michael texting me. Shout out Langley, by the way.
Shout out
Shout out
Langley, by the
Langley.
way.
He knows it though. He knows it's podcast time.
He does.
Yo,
So
that
like
looks
when
awesome.
Oh, thank you. But yeah,
That
that's
was great.
thanks. That's like a prime example of what you were talking about, though. Like the first time I listened to that song, I just had this very specific choreography in mind. Also, good time to remind all those audio listeners out there. Any images or videos that we mention and we share on screen for the video edition, which is exclusive to YouTube and Spotify, will be linked in the description in an Imgur album. Or if you're doing something like driving and can't look at the video at the moment, there'll be
If you're
a nice
driving,
collection in there.
please just check the Imager link. It's really important.
True. You don't want to miss out on this. All of us are
You
talking
don't-
about it in real time. It's the prime experience.
Just park on the side of the road for like a little hour.
Exactly.
No, don't park. Multitask.
Okay.
I'm just
Anyway.
saying.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is all the people who crash are setting a really bad example for us drunk driving community.
Oh my god.
You know,
That's
I've been
actually
saying that
so
for a long
based and true,
time.
though.
It's just the bad ones making examples.
So Ethan, when you were when you were making like Elsa's castle in Blender all those years ago, was that you trying to like get into realistic animation before you decided that you wanted to go the Minecraft route? Is that what you wanted to do initially?
I don't know if I ever like considered. I mean, I did make Elsa's ice castle realistic because I had figured that it was a lot easier. I had started with command blocks, and then I realized quickly that 2,000 command blocks all filling different things is not great. And so then I assume I just went into Minecraft or into Blender and then just started doing it with cubes.
Wait,
And-
so you were making animations with command blocks before Blender?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah, I
my
would
god. Wait, how
I
did
would
that
make
work?
Minecraft maps with command blocks, and like
Dude.
I would animate characters with them.
I still love command blocks to this day. That's like the one thing I kind of know how to do with my life. I can type.
My god, yeah. Just
You
before
can make command blocks.
just before this podcast was starting, Crown and I was talking about a map that we may or may not release. Probably will release because it seems like motivation has started up again. But that's like really, really fun. You've been doing most of the heavy lifting for that. But how did animating with command blocks work? That sounds insane.
So what you would do is you would. I mean, I don't know if this is how other people did it, but this is just how I did it. I would like line them up with like repeaters, because repeaters are what, like 1 tick, which is 1/20th of a second. So I would do the math and on like my whiteboard or paper or whatever I had, and then I would figure out how long the delays would have to be, and then I would just like do fill commands or set block commands or clone commands, and then I
Oh.
would have like a structure that like would be built. In this case, the Elsa Ice Castle works perfectly because, you know, like it gets built. So I remember trying to do the staircase, and then I quickly realized that like it's kind of a big staircase, and I don't think at the time I had like learned how to use fill or clone, so I think I was doing it block by block.
You were doing block by block.
I think
God
so.
damn.
I remember just sitting back and being like, this actually doesn't seem very fun, like to do this 300 times. You know?
No kidding.
Don't worry, you can remake it today. You know the commands.
Oh, I do know the commands. I could probably write like a plugin.
I mean,
that
it
would
says
do
you're
better.
playing Minecraft right now. I'm assuming that's what you're already doing.
Man, you wasting no time.
Yeah.
It doesn't say that for me.
It says you're playing
Oh, yes,
Minecraft.
it does.
Oh, it does for me
It's
too.
just because I have it open. I'm working on like a thing for my server.
So was that your first introduction to Blender as well? Was that like the first time you ever fired up a 3D software?
Yes.
Wow.
First time ever.
Well, how long were you making maps before?
You know, I actually don't really know.
Ever
I had
since
a
you were
Planet
born,
Minecraft account
I presume.
before. Yeah, literally. But I've been locked out of my Planet Minecraft account, so to be honest, I have
sucks.
no idea. But I'd imagine like maybe a year before.
Okay. What kind of maps were you making? Were they like adventure maps or?
I want to say they were.
They were
feel like
great.
they
I
were.
played all of them.
Really? Like Dirt Castle and...
Yeah, I'm a big Dirt Castle fan.
What happened
actually
in Dirt Castle?
It was like, I would make these like... they still exist. I'll send a link. Let me try to find one. But... Hold on, sorry. Let me type it in. I can't type while I talk. It's like a really bad
No
weakness.
worries.
I typed Planet Ekrcoaster, Planet Minecraft.
So while we wait for that, how does everyone feel about Andrew Tate constantly
Oh my
posting
gosh.
himself with anime women?
I think that is the first base thing he's ever done.
Okay, I found it.
Okay.
So I would make like these sorts of things. This was uploaded before I made my channel, on August 15th, and they were just like adventure maps. And I had like a dirt castle, and then I had like a stone castle or sand castle. And then in my mind, I would make every single block, and I would make their own castles for it. That progressively
Wow.
got harder and harder. And I stopped after sand castle, I think, but I would just make maps like that, and I loved doing that.
You ever coming back to the series?
You know, maybe I will. Maybe I will.
You can make a reference in the next
mean-
mob rap.
It is really like
could.
funny if you look at like the page. You can see this, and then the only thing that's updated is simply the YouTube icon that's in the corner there.
Man, I do miss the days of adventure maps though, because I was a big Dan
Yeah.
TDM watcher back in the day, and I remember he used to do playthroughs of like, you know, the likes of Herobrine's Castle, or like there was one map that I thought was really creative called Awake, or like Asleep. It was Asleep. Yeah.
Oh, I remember that. I remember that one.
Asleep was my favorite. I thought it was so
Asleep is
creative and so
crazy.
fun. Yeah. That should really
I-
come back.
I love like just Minecraft maps in general, like just
Yeah.
especially the minigame ones, just to play with friends. It's awesome. I love
Oh
that
my
stuff.
gosh, yeah.
I really do think that like storytelling through Minecraft maps is kind of a lost art though.
Yeah, that's it.
I bet with like all of the crazy stuff that you have, like all the crazy tools that you have these days, somebody could make like a really impressive like RPG game with it.
Oh,
where,
oh,
yeah,
like, got, like a
100%.
narrative storytelling. So
Yeah,
I'm,
like, you
I'm
can
kind of surprised that
literally-
nobody has.
You can literally animate blocks now. Like in what was it in 1.20,
Yes.
you can like make
Yeah.
fake blocks and they can grow and
Oh
all
my
that
God.
stuff. It's crazy.
That is
I
insane.
have no idea how to do it, but I need to learn.
I saw somebody made like a dungeon crawler type thing with the new camera mechanic, where like a character would walk off screen and then the camera would like shift to the next section of maze.
That's so
or something.
cool.
It was crazy. I'm like kind of surprised that people haven't brought back the narrative storytelling through Minecraft maps, because it seems like there's a shit ton of potential these days.
Yeah, there is a huge amount of potential for Minecraft. Like, it's definitely like such a lost art form though. Someone needs to bring that back. A lot of I feel like I remember I had this talk with someone at one point. Is like one of the things I've noticed that's like really successful over the years is taking like old things and like renewing them, kind of in a way. For example, if you looked at the channel like Comic Crafter, they did like, you know, animated funny moments, but with just like, you know, the newer YouTubers at the
Yeah.
time, and, like completely popped off.
I'm
Yeah.
sad that didn't like reinstate that whole genre, because that was probably my
I
favorite.
still want to bring back Minecraft parodies. I want to bring them back.
Ooh, those were
Oh,
good.
dude. I need more Minecraft parodies in my life.
I-
Minecraft
I-
parodies and
there-
funny moments are my shit.
Yeah. I've been so close so many times to just making a new channel just to make Minecraft parodies on.
You should do it.
I will help you with that. I will legitimately like supply
I would
my
genuinely
voice.
love to like maybe like after a little bit, like after maybe like when our little creation gets off the ground and stuff like that, I would love to just like make it like my regular form content of just doing Minecraft parodies.
I think there's a lot of untapped markets in the Minecraft animation community, or just the Minecraft community in general, because it's so riddled with nostalgia. and
Yeah.
it's still like very active to this day. So like there are so many points that you could probably zero in on and just receive massive success. I think Crown's doing an excellent job with Remember Afton. I think that is gonna pop off.
I agree.
Oh yeah, like I want to show the small intro thingy for that, but like I can't really reveal that yet, like podcast wise. But I definitely want to show that after the podcast.
Okay.
But there's a lot of like really good thinking that Crown has been doing behind the scenes that I'm super impressed with. But yeah.
Thanks, Dad.
Of course. Anyway, I guess. No, sorry, you got it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I'm only able to do this because you're funding it.
You're welcome.
Oh yeah, so Ekrcoaster,
Oh.
you probably don't have any context to this. I sold my channel to him.
Oh, I told him.
Wait, really?
Oh really?
Oh,
Wait,
that's
you
the
didn't-
channel
oh,
you were talking
yeah.
about. Oh.
That is such a. I said Crown Pixel. Yeah, I purchased the Crown Pixel YouTube channel from Crown.
You own those
So that-
like Hello Neighbor animations now.
I do. Yeah, that's my.
You own Hello
shining,
Neighbor.
My shining
You should
trophies.
re-upload them all, over and over.
You
Let's
can
call
you
it.
can continue it. You can continue
Yes.
it. You have the right.
Yes, you have the
That's
rights now.
true. That is so true. I guess we'll get into that discussion a bit later. But back onto like what you do, Ethan. Like you since I don't know of a lot of people who have been consistently making like animations on such like a constant rate for so long. So what is it about that animation in general that just keeps you like motivated and keep on going?
That is a really good question. Right now, well, for a while, I really didn't like animations, and I felt like I had to kind of do them because I would see like my channel statistics and they weren't great, and then I was like, I gotta keep doing them, and then I would release them and then they wouldn't work, so then I'd be like, I gotta change it up, and then like it was very stressful, and
Nah, you would. Each time it would be like, my channel isn't doing well. I gotta continue the Baldy series.
yeah, exactly, and I would like make videos.
No, you would-
just for
No,
that.
I remember what was it? I think it was Baldy Zoo. I think you remember quote unquote telling me once, I need the new iPhone, so
Yeah.
I have to make a Baldy.
I did do that. That is the reason that Baldy video exists, probably. And
Did you get the new
really
iPhone?
funny.
and
Did you end up getting it?
yeah, I probably did. Yeah, I was very obsessed with
Massive
that for the
dubs.
time. But
Baldy
Wow.
gets you iPhones.
yeah,
You've
exactly.
heard it here,
You heard it
folks.
here. I'd say now, honestly, the mob raps have really gotten me back into it.
Oh yeah.
For Spider Rap, I was like hesitant to start working on that sort of thing again because I was kind of over it. But then I saw that it like people liked it and it did really well and that it was great. And so then I was like, okay, like I'll do another mob rap. Like sure, I'll do that. And then it's kind of just spiraled now, and I have a lot more like projects that are not Dan related, which is cool. And I also have some more Dan related ones too. And that's kind of the thing that not like that in particular, just like the vibe of like completing an animation and then like being really proud of it. I really like that, and I think that keeps
Yeah.
me going.
Nice. Yeah, that's something that I think you absolutely have to have.
What kept me going was the money.
Crown, if I remember correctly, you're like me in the fact that that you like just absolutely live off of reaction videos to your content.
Oh yeah,
Oh my
did.
goodness, dude! I love those so much. Every single
Yeah,
time. You go.
I really hope Remember Afton like gets like reactors
Yeah.
as well. I want to
Hey
specifically just
reactors,
state
watch
Oh, I'm
Remember
sure.
Afton.
Do
Hey,
it,
react-
please.
please. I will.
Man.
You gotta send it to them if you want to guarantee.
I really want people to. I want to get grown people to cry. I really
Yeah.
love watching children cry.
Okay.
It's like I
Those are
remember
grown
when
people.
Skeleton Rap released. That was the first time that people made reaction videos on like work that I had contributed to,
Yeah.
and I remember that feeling of like, wow, this is a real life actual person, like a human being who is witnessing my work.
Yeah.
And there were probably like millions doing this, and that blew my mind. And also, I'll censor it out again, but for if you don't know, I work for currently making the shorts. And every single time there is these like little kids that recreate the animations that I've made, and I find that like to be the most adorable thing possible. You got like these kids like sketching out the panels in like the same poses that I animated them in, like remaking the little thing. And I think that's
Yeah,
that's awesome. I think that is epic and
really
adorable.
awesome. It's awesome. That's the thing. That's one of the most powerful things as well. Is like just the community can make stuff just so much more fun to create. Like I used to just get into like genuine states where like half the time I would, as much jokes as I can make about, ooh, I love money, doing it for the money. I half the time would just do it for the community because I love doing that stuff.
Yeah.
I remember I made the series a long time ago, Dread. Hated it so much, almost brought it back once because the community kept memeing Dread Part 6. And I was so tempted to bring it back for like an off episode or something. Never ended up doing it, but that's probably for the best.
There's like something crazy like Madman Christmas.
Hey, comic, wasn't I talking?
Oh my god.
I hate this bit. I hate it. I hate this bit so much.
You formally have the talking stick.
Oh my goodness.
I finished what I was saying.
Oh, okay.
Oh, why don't you continue? You obviously had something to say, so say it.
I did
Say
already.
it. You must have had something really big to say if you had to interrupt me mid-sentence.
All right, let's move on.
Well, apart from that last bit, it is genuinely really good to hear that both of you really do have that passion, because I think that is something that is required, especially because animation is being such a long and arduous process, and you only get like a couple minutes at the end after like several months of work. It's ridiculous. It's almost like a form of masochism.
That's why it can be really disheartening to see something like not perform like as well as you want it to, because like for me at least, the whole reason like I made music videos is because I wanted people to see it. I want to see what people think of it. I just like making stuff for people to enjoy, and just watching somebody enjoy something that you made is like literally one of the greatest feelings in the world.
Right.
It's
art
like cocaine, but free.
Yes.
Right, that's what I'm saying, is that art is communication. So when people
Art
are
is
hearing
food cocaine.
Oh my god. But I think that this transitions next into a question. This segues next into a question that I want to ask. Is for you, Ethan, did you intend for the biggest videos on your channel to be the biggest ones? Like, were you cooking up something and you're like, oh man, I really bet that Build Our Machine is gonna pop off? And if so, like why? Like, what did you do to ensure that would happen? Or if not, did you ever study what happened with that video and try to recreate it?
Well, I have tried to study like the popular videos and like the algorithm and stuff, and I can tell you I have a 100% fail rate. Every single time I'm wrong. Every time, like, I thought Spider App was gonna not do well. I thought that Baldy was not gonna do it. Well, back then I didn't really think about it. Like, there was like probably a year into animation stuff where I just like didn't even realize that like, oh, like this actually is like stuff that I should probably be looking at. But like nowadays, I make predictions about like videos and I get them wrong all the time, and it's great.
That sounds awesome.
That's
Ethan, as a fellow FNAFer, I think we gotta ask the question: what do you think about the Five Nights at Freddy's trailer?
Ooh, yeah. What are your opinions on the red eyes?
Oh, the film trailer?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's kind of two FNAF trailers now.
There is. I've only seen the one. When I first watched it, I was like, cool. I'm not too into FNAF anymore, but I was like, that's cool. Like, it seems interesting. Maybe I'll watch it, like, someday. But then I kept watching it over and over because people in my Discord kept spamming it. And then I was like, actually, this is kind of lit. Like, maybe I'd go see it.
I'm gonna go see it. I'm gonna buy a purple tuxedo just to wear it to the movie theater.
Oh.
He wore a red one to the Mario movie.
I did.
You did?
It was the most baller costume of all time. Yeah, there's this guy in my company, shout out Dom by the way, who bought like half of the entire company tickets to go see the Mario movie. It was the best night of my entire life.
That's so
I
cool.
remember you telling me about how like half of studios just all went to see the Mario movie together.
Yep, it was incredible, impeccable. But yeah, I was asking about your predictions for a couple of reasons, but also I wanted to know if there was any overlap of when you were producing videos to get the newest iPhone, and if that was the period in which you kind of focused more on the analytical side of things. Do you think there is any correlation between that?
Yeah, I think that, like, because I started, like, when I was 15 or 16, so I just kind of had no, like, concept of analytics or money or anything like that. And so, there was definitely, like, as things later went on and as I got older and as I started to learn more of that stuff, then I definitely started paying more attention to the analytics, because I would hear, like, stories of, like, YouTubers being like, oh, I looked into the analytics and then I, like, grew my videos, and then I would try that and it wouldn't work. So I just kind of gave up. But I think that there's definitely a correlation of, like, you know, wants and desires. You kind of have to work for what you want. And I tried that and it didn't work.
Yeah. I don't know. I think... Oh, go ahead.
Who?
You're talking to me?
I don't know. Comic, were you saying something?
I was.
Okay.
Oh
yeah.
no, you're gonna make Comic take my spot.
You
Like,
can go
why don't
first,
I
Comic.
go
You have
ahead,
the
Comic?
talking stick. Go
Why
ahead.
So I remember when I was making this hell. This hell took a really long time to make. So I put so much focus into trying to get it to perform as well as possible on YouTube. I put extensive effort into the thumbnail. I think it was Zinth who I was like, I'm thinking of adding another animatronic in the thumbnail. Who should I add? And I think Zinth told me that Springtrap would be better for getting views. So I put Springtrap in the... You also told me... So I put Springtrap in the thumbnail because of that reason. I got a description format. I did a lot. I put more tags than I've ever put in anything ever. And then the video just bombed. Like, it just did not perform well at all.
Yeah, well, that's the thing about, like, all that now. Like, specifically with tags don't matter, like, as much as they used to. I recommend just putting 3 tags overall, and then putting a lot of keywords in the description itself.
Yeah.
Because the description is, like, more what helps now, because YouTube Pogger.
I got a description format, too, for it.
Yeah, you know, it's funny, because YouTube changed it from, like, tags that directed at video. They changed it from tags being powerful to descriptions, because people used to just keep on pasting the same tags over and over, even though people can just still do that with descriptions, so I don't really get the point.
Well, cool, good news. This hell has officially hit 50k views.
Wow. That's pretty good.
That's pretty decent.
It's been over a year, and it's a channel with over 40,000 subscribers, but...
That's great.
Hey, that's more subscribers
That
than the
is
number
more
of subscribers.
views than subscribers.
You could afford, like, 16th of a month of rent with that.
Circling back to animation, though, it's great to hear that you've kind of reinstated animation as like your passion, something that you do out of love rather than out of necessity for the newest iPhone. But do you have a magnum opus per se? You know, one project to rule them all, or do you think you're gonna? Yeah.
I jump a lot, so like I'll be like, this is my coolest video, but then I'll make the next one and I won't agree anymore.
Yeah.
I'd say that my magnum opus, like in terms of like quality, maybe not like performance or anything, is Warden Rap. I am so happy with that video. It was supposed to come out. I want to see
it so bad.
Yeah, it was supposed to come
out tomorrow, guys.
I wish. I don't even know if it's gonna come out on the 25th. It's so stressful, but I would say that that's my best video. I'm really, really, really proud of that one.
And
I'm
everything
sure
that you've been posting is looking stellar so far.
Thank you. It's my first one in 4K, and it meant 3 minutes per frame with Eevee.
Oh my god!
But it was worth it. I think it was. I can't go back from.
Yeah. How the hell did you make Eevee look so good? By the way, anything that I try to do in Eevee looks like ass.
Thank you. I don't really know. I just okay. I use cycles, and then I remember when I started using Eevee as like the first time I heard about it, and it was before rigging was supported in Eevee, so like I couldn't do animations, and so I would have to like animate in 2.9 or 2.79 and then export into like Eevee just to use it, and it just like clicked with my brain just so much better. I think the ability to like see in real time and like visually see like what I'm doing helped a lot, because with cycles I would have to like, I didn't feel like I could experiment because I had to wait like 2 or 3 minutes per frame because I had a bad GPU. But with Eevee, I could see it instantly, so I felt like I could experiment a lot more. And because of that, I started to experiment with more stronger colors, like crazier lighting. And I think that's what Eevee really is good at. It's good at very, like, Eevee's not as physically realistic and physically based. You have to like work a lot harder for stuff that looks realistic, but because of that you can kind of like break the rules a lot more, and you can do stuff that like
Eevee's so good with stylized stuff.
And so that just worked a lot better for my brain and like how I wanted to do lighting. And so then just over time I just started to push it more and more, and now I'm at where I'm at right now. And I've found that for Eevee, at least, strong colors like deep dark reds and blues and like greens even sometimes really help, and like contrast between colors. I think color is very important, and like intensity too. You can hide lights very easily now. You can like have lights that only affect volume, only reflect reflection, only reflect diffuse, and you can't really do that in cycles, which is another pro of Eevee. And that is great because that you can have a really foggy scene, but then you can light up a character's face however you want and it won't affect the scene. Even though it's not physically accurate, you have a lot more like leeway with that.
Actually,
and I think that's
you can do that.
Yeah. And I think that like that helped me at least with Eevee lighting, and I'm always down to try to explain how it works for me. I'm not great at it, but
no, I think you've done a really good job at you know, like providing some insight into that. I haven't really experimented around with Eevee a whole lot, but I think light linking just got added to the base version of Blender, which is pretty cool, which I'm really excited to start messing around with, because I haven't really, you know, focused any of my skills on anything other than animation for the past couple of years. So that's something that I'm pretty excited to work around with. But yeah, you've done a lot of developments in Eevee lighting in specific. Would you say that is what you've improved the most on throughout the years, or do you think there was another skill that has drastically improved since you started?
Oh, I knocked something over. Sorry. I would say that lighting is one of them. I don't think my animation like has improved all too much, maybe a tiny bit. But I'd say that lighting and just like general scene compositing and like camera stuff and like not giving the viewer motion sickness and making things like look visible. Like they were in my old animations, they're so dark, and I'd be like, well, the room is dark, like it's supposed to be dark, and you would be able to see like 5 pixels in total. I've gotten better at that, and I think that that's probably my best. Also transitions, I've really honed in on those. I really love those. I'd say that those are what I've improved the most on.
I think you've always had really good like scene composition as well. I remember like the thing that stuck out to me the most is the creativity in your visuals. Like they were always so much fun to watch because you had just had so many great ideas for how to convey what was going on. Like
thank you.
Of course.
Yeah,
there was always like a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, you also did like a lot of fun stuff back in the day. Like for example, I'm pretty sure one of your tropes was like hiding like the YouTube play button.
Yes,
in, like, every
actually
video.
That's in Warden Rap. I brought it
back. I did think one of the weird things is like sometimes you would make it like really, really obvious, then other times you would hide it.
Yeah, you know the trick is that I learned it's kind of obvious in Warden Rap, because if it's obvious, then more people will comment, which will help you in the algorithm.
That is such a genius idea.
That's really smart.
Yeah, so
can you find the warden?
Literally.
Find the warden.
So I've like put spelling mistakes in my video on purpose because I want people to point out.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
And it'll help with comments.
That is actually such a good idea.
Thank you.
That's actually really funny. I didn't even catch that.
Thank you. Yeah, so for Warden Rap, I wanted to do the best I possibly can. So I've hidden a lot of stuff in there. The play button is in there. There's an after file reference, which rip. That did not age very well. There's just lots of like goofy stuff that I hope people will comment about, and yeah.
I noticed there was a Langley reference in the trailer.
There's a what?
A Langley, Michael Langley. The warden said.
Ekrcoaster doesn't know what a Langley is.
the warden he said sinister in the trailer. I thought that was really cool.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so for context, Michael Langley is one of our friends. He used to be an animator. He is now a composer, and he made this baller ass song called "Sinister," which all of us are so deeply in love with. And it has rerouted my brain to revert back to monkey mode whenever I hear the word "sinister." So I was freaking the hell out when I heard that. There it is. There's Sinister. For all you audio listeners out there, Comic Cyrus just sent Sinister Anniversary Edition into the Discord chat. Yeah, definitely give that a listen. It goes so super hard.
Yeah, no. Langley is just he's the music guy for everyone.
For literally everyone.
He's composing for all of our projects.
You keep stealing my opportunities.
Oh, hi, Zent. I thought you were asleep.
Hi, Zent.
Oh shit! I forgot you were here. Hey.
Hey, Zent, want to do music for me sometime?
Yeah.
Anyway,
you can go back to sleep now.
I think talking about how all these like epic tricks that you've developed over the time segues next into to the next segment is I've informed you at the beginning of this podcast that I recently have purchased.
Don't call it that. Just call it Crown Pixel.
For all you audio listeners out there, I said Crowned Pixel, except the abbreviation of those two words.
Yeah, they heard that. They're audio listeners.
I censored it. It's a very funny joke, but no, I have recently made the purchase of the Crown Pixel YouTube channel, over 50,000 subscribers strong, and I do kind of have a rough plan of how I'm gonna make use of that, and I wanted to get your opinions and any suggestions that you might have. So
Cool.
Currently, we have this this mob rap that you've actually graciously given to me. Thank you for that again.
Of
That
course.
is a really sick opportunity. And I was wondering, so I do plan on rebranding the channel eventually. I was thinking as soon as we have enough progress made on the music video to release a trailer, I would release a trailer just under the same Crown Pixel name, so people would see notification, oh hey, Crown Pixel uploaded, and then at the same time that trailer drops, I would drop a community post with a video that is on a different channel. It might be Crown Pixel 2, it might be my own, explaining what's going to go on, what the rebrand is going to be, and then we're going to release the music video under the different name, so people like aren't shocked at first seeing like a new channel with a weird music video in their feed. They know that it was Crown Pixel. But I've also been thinking of maybe not opening with that music video and doing a Five Nights at Freddy's music video, because like 98% of the content on Crown's channel is Five Nights at Freddy's, and it seems like it would be even more of a shock if I started to not do that, even if it is Minecraft related. So
That is true.
I don't really agree too much, simply because like every channel that's done like FNAF or games have been able to do mob raps, and they do completely fine. Element doesn't really count, but Examination, Ekrcoaster did it. Even Knockers' channel, it did well. Like, it doesn't really matter. I think you'll be fine.
If you're doing a mob rap, you're gonna be fine.
That's true, but also I don't know. Crown's channel hasn't uploaded in a while. I don't know if you noticed this.
Yeah.
So it's not like I already have a consistent viewer base that is tuning into every video. I kind of have to grab the attention of all the dormant viewers.
That is true.
So, like, Crown, how you've mentioned before that you've revived the channel from the dead a couple times before. How exactly did that go down?
Five Nights at Freddy.
Yeah.
That's the answer.
Wolfen also brought. Oh, go ahead.
I simply just decided I had to put money aside and just do a popular song just to grow my channel again, and then I would go back into money mode.
Okay.
That's basically just what I had to do. Like, Dying to Fire was to revive my channel, that video. Then there was... Okay, I don't remember the other ones, but I've been able to do it.
Wasn't that what This Comes From Inside was?
Yeah, that's what that was supposed to be.
Also,
Looking
FNAF
at-
song.
looking at when Dying
Comic,
of
let's
Fire.
not talk about my failures because I'm very successful.
Well, looking at when Dying of Fire was released, it was immediately followed up by Your New Boyfriend, which was released by a popular YouTuber at the time. However, you'll notice it gets significantly less views. For all the audio listeners, the Your New Boyfriend music video, which released right after Dying of Fire, has 13K, and Dying of Fire has 1.7 million. So this is the main thing that I'm looking at. The sheer ratio in views between FNAF and non-FNAF content with this channel.
Yeah, well, it's mainly because they're two, like, okay, there's, like, the MC animation community, and then, like, this MCYT community, and I've realized those are, like, extremely split, while mob reps in, like, FNAF and all that stuff are kind of more connected, in a way.
That's true, but also MCYT, I feel like is much bigger than the Minecraft FNAF community. I could be horribly mistaken.
Yeah, but
at that fact.
I'm mainly a FNAF in like channel like that. So if I upload something that's like not to my normal, YouTube's not going to exactly know where to push that because it's going to try to push it where I've pushed my previous content.
Which I would expect it to work because a lot of the people in like the Minecraft FNAF community are also in the Minecraft YT community. Like,
well, they're in it to complain about it.
some of them, yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's just
sense.
because, like, what YouTube does is, like, because whenever you push a new upload, YouTube's going to try to push that to, like, this little circle your audience is in. And then, like, if it doesn't do well, it's going to try to push it into, like, all these other circles. But 99% times that isn't going to work, but sometimes it's able to actually find the community you're looking for. And that's why some videos will, like, blow up, like, a year or two after they're posted.
Yeah.
Because either one, it became a meme, or two, it found where it was supposed to be eventually.
Which that's what happened with My Look at Me Now. Like, My Look at Me Now was not doing well at first. And then, like, I think it was, like, 6 months later, it just started, it's, like, got, like, I think it was, like, it got, like, 200 or 300,000 views in, like, a couple weeks.
Yeah, because Comics Channel at the time wasn't really, like, I believe you weren't really, like, associated with FNAF that much. You did a lot of shorts.
Yeah, like, my whole channel was short. Like, Look at Me Now was my first full-length video. Yeah. Aside from the one that was unfinished that I posted anyway.
Yeah. So YouTube was kind of, like, pretty confused on, like, it pushed your video.
Yeah.
It would do, like, okay, but, like, it eventually found where to push your video, and and then it blew up. But, like, depending on that, it's definitely something not to do, because 9 times out of 10, YouTube's not going to find what it's looking for. So you have to direct it yourself.
I see. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. I was also talking to Wolf, and he broke character for a hot minute, and he was also saying that it might be a good idea to release FNAF because there was a whole bunch of hype around the FNAF movie as of now.
Yeah,
so it's like maybe
might
that
wanna-
would.
Yeah, either you would, like, want to release that very soon, or just, like, release that when the FNAF movie drops, or, like, a little bit before it.
I see.
I'd say.
Yeah,
No,
it's
here's
so
a
hard
good
to gauge.
comparison to do, like, with that. Did you guys notice how much Breath of the Wild content was on your feed right before Tears of the Kingdom came out?
No.
I noticed that. Like, people started making way more Breath of the Wild content, like, right before Tears of the Kingdom. Which makes sense as an idea of why you would want to do that. Because people are going to be excited for the new Zelda game, so, like, if they see stuff about, like, the predecessor, they're going to be like, oh, well, this is close enough.
I
And
see.
yeah, I just found that interesting in recent times.
Yeah, no, it's capitalizing on trends early, which can be, like, really good. It's always best to be prepared for, like, anything like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm
like,
noticing. Sorry.
It's funny. I have, like, a pretty good amount of YouTube knowledge, but I use, like, none of it.
Yeah. Why didn't you go with trying to shift Remember Afton or the Afton Files onto your main channel? Like, especially Afton Files, with that being an animated FNAF series. Like, why did you opt to go with the separate channel rather than using the one that I purchased?
Fate Turn Up wouldn't let me.
Oh.
Fair enough.
he He simply wouldn't. I fought to have it on my channel, but like he eventually was just being a bit like he wasn't. Illumio is starting a watch together in the Remember Afton server. What's he doing?
What's he doing?
What's he doing?
What is he
I
doing?
won't even ask.
It's
It's
what
Illumio.
what a goofy goober, man. Shout out to Lumio,
But
by
yeah,
the
Silly
way.
guy. Shout out Illumio.
Yeah, no, I just basically I had to push for it. It didn't work out.
Bye, Zenth.
He went to go see what Illumio's
said-
doing.
What's he watching?
What's he watching?
Couldn't see. It wasn't there long enough.
Is he watching?
You're on
Dolphin
like
I cannot
2%
hear you.
volume.
Yeah, it wasn't there long enough to see.
Okay.
You know, I'll go check it out.
Okay.
For the podcast.
For the podcast, we need to find out.
podcasters.
Anyway, when he gets back, we should probably get into our goals.
Right, we are 47
Yeah.
minutes in, and we have not talked about our goals yet. There is
That's something
there's
I've noticed we've been progressively taking more and more time to get to our goals, and it's been making the episodes a lot longer.
What's he watching, Crown?
Dolphin Voyage. It was.
Of
really
course he
calming.
is.
It was really calming, actually. I almost didn't want to come back.
Well, you're here now, but I'm noticing. We'll get into our goals in a bit. Comic made a good point that I totally forgot that we usually do our goals, but I'm noticing that the main thing that does drive traffic towards your videos is the relation to other videos, the relation to like other IPs. You know, you can kind of piggyback off of that. It's
Yeah.
pretty hard, but I also wanted to ask, like, did you find Remember Afton to just be too much of a shift from the content you were making? Did you think it wouldn't really catch on as much?
It was, you know, when people come to a channel, like, for example, I used to hop between a lot of IPs, like, you know, FNAF, Hello Neighbor. Well, you know, if I did Bendy, I think that would have been
Huggy
fine.
Wuggy.
The point is, I hopped between a lot of these IPs, and that's fine because they're kind of in the same genre, this
Yeah.
community. But when I switch from animation to machinima, that's fully extremely switching the entire style, which is
And that's gonna
if people
be a massive
come,
change in the demographic as well.
yeah, if people are coming to my channel for animations and they're no longer getting animations, they're getting this random content that they didn't subscribe for. They subscribed for these quote unquote cool visual FNAFs. And if I'm no longer giving them these animated music video FNAFs, you know, it's not gonna really work out. So I kind of just decided to do a new channel. I don't really care about growth too much because I just want to get into story stuff more.
Okay.
I think I've been successful enough in like the YouTube field, in my opinion, to be like okay with it. I never got my silver plaque, but you know I can pretend.
I'll get it for you. Don't worry. But
Steel fake
Thanks,
turnips.
Mom.
it's an interesting choice to start from absolute zero, because I feel like you would get more traction if you did post it to the Crown Pixel channel rather than starting anew. Was there any
yeah.
like specific benefits that you had in mind starting like completely fresh?
Well, I would get more views if I put it on that channel, yes, but growth would be harder. Because I would have, you know, the people that are going to watch, but it growing is much harder since that channel already has a set in stone, like, key to it. So if you start a new channel, it's much better. Because, like, well, it's slower, you can climb faster. If I have this channel and I'm, like, switching categories, it's presenting this new thing that, yes, it's going to get more views at the start, but it's going to decline. So I would rather have like less views at the start and have more opportunity for it to go up.
Okay, I get that. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Woohoo! Anyway, this is our YouTube talk section. I feel like I had one more thing I wanted to say.
Yeah, I also felt like I had one more thing to say, but I forgot it. I got distracted thinking about Dolphin Voyage.
Me too. Anyway, yeah, I think I'll probably think of it later. But we are 50 minutes in, and we are now starting to talk about our goals and what we did last week. We have quite a lot to catch up on. Maybe, I feel like, because I was out for 2 weeks, we did not record the podcast last Sunday. But Ethan, you haven't spoken in a while. Is there anything that you have been doing over the past week or two specifically? I know Warden Rat production, is completed quite a while ago. So has there been anything since then that you've been been cooking up or experimenting with?
Yeah. So Warden App has been done since February 14th. That was my due date. So I had started just working on like personal side projects that weren't related to my stuff, and I did it for a few months. Just things that'll help me like get a job in the future because I want to do that. And then I kind of came back to it because I was like, okay, like we're gonna get it out, we're gonna finish it. So then I started doing promo, and then I got delayed, and then I got delayed, and then I got so now I'm just like kind of in this weird space where I like want to do promo and I want to get people excited, but I also don't know when it's coming out. And my audience is very tired of hearing it's coming out soon. They've been hearing that for the last 6 months. Right. So if they don't have a date, then they're not going to believe me. And even now they won't believe me because I've given them 2 dates and they haven't happened. So, right now I've just been doing more promo for Warden Rap. I had polished it up. I spent since February, I've been polishing it up. I have it on YouTube right now. It's fully ready to go. I'm happy with it, fully ready. So I was doing that, and then now I am working on a bunch of server plugins for SMP. I'm doing
server.
man,
I'm excited
yeah,
for that. It looks so cool.
Oh wait, you guys heard about it?
Well, I peeped it, but I don't know too much about it. So what's the premise of the SMP?
Whoa, that blows my mind. So basically, I had an idea because I like the SMPs. My first season for the SMP was extremely successful. It ran for over a year, and there was constantly people on it and people playing. And then my second season was a flop. We don't talk about my second season. And so I had wanted to do another one, but if I just do the same thing, it's not going to work. So I had come up with an idea way back long ago where I wanted to make a Warden mod that would release alongside of the Warden Rap, and it would take place in the Deep Dark, according to my Deep Dark, because the video hasn't come out yet, but the vast majority of the video takes place in this alternate Deep Dark, something that I feel Mojang should have done. And so for this SMP, I'm kind of doing what I wish they had done. So the whole premise is the world is a lot smaller, it's restricted in size, and the nights are now difficult. So something that Minecraft struggles with is once you get up in the ranks, you get diamond gear, Minecraft is easy. It's not hard anymore. Yeah. So I've been spending the last maybe half a week, a few days, just rebalancing the game. I've been buffing up mobs, I've been adding new abilities, for example, zombies, when they die, they can spawn stuff, and just buffing things up and making sure that it's balanced. So you could be the highest netherite person ever, and it would still be a challenge. And then there's also warden aspects to it to tie into the animation. So the Deep Dark is on the surface and it spreads on its own. So if you leave it, let's say you have a skulk block, over time it will spread and it'll take over. And mobs can spawn on the skulk, and the skulk hurts you, and so it's kind of a bad thing, so you have to control it. And so the whole SMP is just based around that idea of kind of mixing Minecraft with Warden Rap. And that is the premise. Wow. And I think it's gonna be cool.
That's incredible.
Thank you.
It sounds pretty interesting as well. Is that available for everyone to play, or some group of people?
Well, so the IP is just play.ekrcoaster.net. You'll be able to find it anywhere. It's not restricted, although I think there's a verification system where you have to link your account with my bot in my Discord server so that you can get access to maybe building and spawn or stuff like that. But it'll be available to anyone. Anyone is welcome. It might be open tomorrow. Maybe. Wow. I haven't decided yet. But
that's such a fascinating premise too. And you very quickly mentioned a couple things, one of that being your bot. And I did want to mention that you just have such a massive array of skills. I had completely forgotten that you had made your own Discord bot that can play golf natively in Discord, which is just bonkers. That's just insane.
I got the Afton Files ball.
There is the Afton Files ball. But with all of the skills that you possess, being able to make this pretty complex addition to Minecraft, and also this bot of your own, you did mention before that you were doing some things to find a job. Is animation what you want to pursue as a full-time career, or do you have another passion that you think is gonna become a profession?
No, I don't want to do animation. Once I'm done with my channel, I'm done.
Really? What do you want to go into full time?
I want to be a software engineer. So I want to do back end stuff. I want to be a part of whatever it is, doing AI stuff, making apps, making software that runs on who knows what, you know? I find that stuff really interesting. That's like what I'm going to college for.
He wants to make the iPhone great again.
I would love to work on the iPhone. That would be a dream come true.
Oh, that's really sick.
He gets to work
Thank
on
you.
the next camera.
I do.
Well,
That would be so cool.
If you ever need somebody to purchase your channel,
I know where to go.
I think Ethan's would be a lot more expensive. I gave him a really good deal for being my friend. Like even I've been thinking like, dang, I should have charged more for that, but too late now.
Yeah, I should have. But whatever, man. you advised me several times not to do this. That I was
did.
wasting money anyway.
Advised him like, hey, I'm not sure if this is gonna work out. Like, you know, as your friend, you shouldn't do it. But as an outsider, money for me, go ahead.
Like I've said it before, but I was very glad to make that purchase, especially seeing like the quality of stuff that you're producing, especially the voice acting. Crown let me listen to some of the voice actors' lines that were just sent in, and they're really good. And especially for a Minecraft Machinima series, which is going to be less focused on the visuals and more so on the writing and the voice acting, I think it's going to do phenomenally. I was really impressed with the quality of voice acting.
Thanks, Dan.
No, I mean it though. It's really good. So being able to like actually help your project and turn it into something awesome is.
You want to know something
I'm happy to
funny
do.
as well? Actually, originally Ethan was gonna do the intro for the series.
Oh,
really?
yeah! And then I was just busy with Warden Royale.
Yeah, because I think you were given a pretty strict deadline on that, and then it just didn't matter.
No, I stressed. It was Valentine's Day, and I was like up at 3 a.m. like fully working on Warden Royale. I was so stressed out, and then you know.
Rip. And then
But you
it
know,
just
happy
didn't matter.
Valentine's Day. Hope to spend it with your lover.
Yeah, it was great. It was great.
Animation is my one and only love. Let's see. Hey Zinth, what have you been doing for the past 2 weeks?
The weeks or minutes. I didn't hear you.
So remember how there was 2 weeks between last podcast?
Yeah,
recording
okay,
and
yeah,
this
I
one?
see. I know.
Remember how there's a podcast? You're in it.
Yeah.
Haven't. I've done like nothing. I have done a lot. Wait, no, hold on.
Yeah, you have.
Okay, I have been doing a ton actually. Did I last time I was on the podcast? Did I talk about the one little Rainbow Road rendered thing I made?
Yeah, you
Did I
did.
go over that? Okay, I did. Okay, besides that, I've been doing a lot of stuff in DaVinci Resolve, and I absolutely love DaVinci Resolve. It is my favorite software all around now. I adore it. But yeah, I've been getting into that. I've been learning it, figuring stuff out, and I am really happy with where I've gotten. Hold on, let me
I still
share
can't
some
believe
stuff.
that you essentially figured out how to do EV stuff in cycles.
It's really simple.
Okay.
I just thought it was cool. I just thought it was really cool to mention that I just show that I could do that but I made this. I was gonna do a cool thing where with the Y and the N in this, and then I just got lazy and didn't do it. But I made this, and I'm really happy
That
with
looks
it.
incredible.
So fucking sick.
I wanna like push my style more in this direction, and I've always wanted to do stuff like this, and I'm really happy I've like been able to do it.
Some
I've
Jolly
also
Rancher ears are making a return.
it's true. I also decided I'm gonna, since I know how to do like this silly thing in cycles, I'm gonna render this out and try to experiment with like outlines and stuff and getting that to work with like animation. So I did it. And I'm happy because I can do
Oh,
this
that's
now.
cool.
I haven't seen that yet. That's sick.
Yeah, I'm so excited to start like experimenting with this more because I haven't been animating for that long. I've been doing this for like 3.5 years. I can't remember, but like ever since I started doing animation, like I wanted to grasp the style, get used to it, understand it, and just stick with it forever. Because I love it, and I love it so much, but I just never figured out how, I never knew how, and like, now that I'm finally able to like, expand more with it, work with it, just do it in general, I've been freaking ecstatic.
Yeah.
But, other than that, Oh, the one video I was working on. I mentioned on Twitter that I'm gonna restart that because I was working on it and I didn't like it. And I think I can do better. I'm animating another Lemon Demon song that I like more. I'll share the song. I'm gonna stream it anyway. There's no reason not to. I want to stream like all my progress with it. Thanks, Red. It's this. I love this song. It's so silly and goofy.
It's so silly.
For all those audio listeners out there, the song is "As Your Father, I Expressly Forbid It" by Lemon Demon.
Lemon Demon is awesome. I love Lemon Demon. I don't think I have much else to talk about though. I haven't really done too much.
You wait, Fode.
You did.
Wow.
No, I'm really excited to see where your style is going. I know that this is something that you've been talking about ever since the beginning of the podcast, is like finding your own signature style that you can call your own. And I think you're nailing it so far. All of this is looking so awesome.
Thank you. I am really glad I'm starting to expand more with this and become happy with it.
I'm really proud of you, man. That's a great thing.
Yippee.
Is your new music video also going to be in this general style?
Oh, completely. 100%.
Hell yeah, dude.
Thank you.
Comic
I remember when I tried to make a stylized video. That like lasted like 2 days.
Yeah, I never ended up making a stylized one. It would be so cool to do though.
Yeah.
Stylized things in Minecraft, I feel like, especially this, I feel like are really hard to pull off.
Let me pull up the like one stylized thing I did do, because I did like 2 shots with it, and I thought it was pretty fun, but
you did that one comic book-esque one.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, I thought this looked pretty good.
Yeah, I have this, and then there's like one other shot. Let me see if I can find it. And this, it's these 2.
Halftone. I love halftone.
These were
Halftone
fun.
polka.
Yeah, these look really good.
Yeah.
You do. I really like that actually.
But yeah. Have you been doing anything else for the past 2 weeks?
So-
Cyrus?
Past 2 weeks have been kind of silly. I've kind of just been like bouncing back and forth from like constant calls, helping people with stuff. So like then in like most of my downtime, I've just been like playing Minecraft. I've done some things. Recently I do this a lot. I was watching some story writing videos, because like I love watching like plot and character analysis videos
I love watching
for
those
stuff.
so
It's
much.
they're great when you're in like the heat of starting to write a story, and they're also just entertaining because it's cool fascinating stuff. But I actually I was watching one the other day, and it kind of sparked a realization in me. So like I've had a pretty good idea of what I wanted the first episode of Our Little Creation to be like. But I kind of realized a couple days ago, just like through watching one of these videos, that the first episode of Our Little Creation kind of lacked a lot of conflict, which was going to make it not nearly as engaging. So my brain is starting to completely like rethink it a little bit. I have an idea of how to like add conflict into it, because previously it was kind of like more of just like a thing for introducing all the characters and like getting familiar with them. Like all the other like episode ideas I had in my brain did have conflict, but this one did not. And I realized that, that's probably also part of why I was like less excited to make it, because it didn't have that draw of having a major like conflict to work for the characters to go against. Because if you don't have conflict, then you don't have like much purpose at all. Like, it's hard to make something engaging without some kind of conflict.
They gotta fight over the server admin.
But I totally get what you're saying. I went through a similar thing with my my first episode as well. And I think that's still something that I have to work out with the series as a whole, because as of now, it's kind of mostly just about like exploring and adventuring without really, well, there is like an end goal, but I don't think there's a constant struggle all the way through. So that's something that I still have to figure out. But as far as the first episode goes, there was an inciting incident, which I think also helped, which also just keeps pushing back the date for finishing the first episode script farther and farther. I think I've been talking about that for like over 2 months at this point.
Yeah, I think I have too. I've been worried about like getting this plot outline done for like the past 2 months, and I haven't done it.
I'm glad I'm not alone.
I know that on my goals, I had it listed that I wanted to complete 2 skins. I did not do that. Like, at all.
GG.
But I do think that I've just been spending most of my, like, working time working on stuff for other people.
Yeah. And you've been a big help in those.
Yeah.
There's always next year.
Like, I've been helping Zinth, I've been helping Crown, I've been helping Peyton.
Yeah. You're a good
that's
team
epic,
player.
though.
And that's great.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's kind of why I for a long time I strayed like more away from the actual directing side of stuff, cuz I don't like I think I'm not bad at it, but I'm not the best director. I think I'm a lot better at pretty much everything else.
Well, then you just have one, and then you have one left, and you have all the Infinity Stones.
Yeah, you gotta get all those Infinity Stones,
Yeah.
dude.
Like, I don't think I'm bad at directing. I'm bad at getting people to do what I need them to do for me.
Oh yeah, that was...
Right.
Okay, so basically, you know, from Ekrcoaster experience...
I've been thinking about stealing the strike system.
The strike system is something I heavily recommend because, not everyone was Actually, I didn't really get many complaints about the strike system. Most people were okay with it, but it did work. It surprisingly worked really well. I recommend it.
That's something that I'm kind of fearful of as well, because I know Crown is a big advocate for doing business, you know, among friends, but and there is like massive benefits to doing that. You know, the purchase of the Crown Pixel YouTube channel was something that massively benefited from me knowing Crown personally. You know, there's just complete trust on both sides that we would fulfill the end of our deal and that we had our best interest in mind. That part, excellent. You know, that is an amazing thing to have. But the team that I have wrangled together for the new Crown Pixel team is pretty much exclusively friends, and I hope my hope.
Jesus Christ, that scared the crap out of me.
Scared me too.
Oh my god, that like actually
For all you audio listeners out there, Crown just made a SpongeBob sound effect. But anyway,
I need to go get a water. I don't feel good after that.
that was a jump scare and a half.
That was scarier than any moment I've ever experienced in Project Playtime. That made me jump more than anything in Project Playtime.
Oh my god.
SpongeBob is so scary.
I'll have to edit that in the audio edit.
I think it's because it just like kind of crept into my left ear.
But anyway,
Oh my God.
As I was saying with the business with friends, it does have those extraordinary benefits, but having a team made up completely of friends, it is hard to,
I don't want
like
to
you
know
said,
that.
like get my fuck you, idiot. But it's difficult to be both a director and a good friend, you know, because you don't want to feel like you're compromising your relationship when you have to feel like you need to be a bit strict at times as well.
Yes.
Which is when
Especially
money
when
comes
it's
in
in
handy.
with a
This is true. That I did have a small issue with that with Afton Files.
That's my
especially
biggest
when it's a
concern going in.
volunteer project.
Right,
Yeah.
and that's something that I have to think about a lot, and that I hope will work out. Because my tactic is I'm gonna keep the team pretty small. Like I'm not gonna ever open applications. It is exclusively going to be made up of people who I know and also who know each other. Maybe with some exceptions for paid projects, but for the main like bread and butter of the channel, And the way I want to motivate people to get their work done is for them to have as much creative freedom as possible. Like I want there to be a cohesive vision, obviously, but I want it to kind of be loosely tied together. Or I want there to be a lot of collaboration among the team members themselves, and not so much like reporting back to me as the big headmaster. I hope that works. It sounds like it could be a lot of fun if the end product is an amalgamation of everybody's creative vision. But at the same time, I do have a little bit of fear that something will cause tension among this friend group. So
I definitely think you do have to take a role as a headmaster, unless you're going off like a pretty big budget or something. Mm-hmm. I think it is just best being some kind of headmaster of everything, because like you really kind of need. Because when I was doing Afton Files, like I really had to like overview. Like every time I woke up, I had to like think what's going on, who hasn't reported to me in the last few days, who do I need to check up on, and all that stuff. And like it works in the end, but it can definitely be like a lot of work for one person. That was like why it was, going to be like a 50-50 between me and Faint at the time. But well, we all know how that went.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm hoping that'll be something that everyone kind of just settles into. I feel like this podcast is a good example of what I was hoping for. Everybody, all of the main hosts, both Zinth, Comic, Crown, you guys have, I feel like, adapted to this format really well. So good job, very epic. So I'm hoping a similar thing can just happen, but I don't know. It is an underlying anxiety of mine. I think for the music video, the Dan Bull music video specifically, that is going to be a paid project, so I'll have a little bit more leeway. I'm probably going to bring in other people on that. Oh, that's also another thing I wanted to ask. Oh, go ahead.
Crown talking about like remembering like who like you haven't talked to in like a while, like getting stuff up, reminded me that I had to send someone a scene that I was supposed to do like 3 days ago.
Oh man, I need to finish my scene for you.
Yeah,
I had claimed a scene and I have yet to do it. I could start that after this podcast. I don't have anything else going on.
You see, that's my problem. Me and everybody working on my stuff forgets about my stuff.
Wait, Comic, you have a project? Wait, I'm confused. Which one? Wait, which one can we... I forgot.
God damn it, why is that? I was gonna call it by the code name, but I can't call it by the... But I don't want to call it by the...
I remember.
Yeah,
okay.
You get the picture.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember too, guys.
But I wanted to ask you, Ethan, do you have any tips with working with Dan Bull specifically? Because he seems to be kind of an interesting case study.
It's a good one. I think... Spam, no.
Spam.
I would say he's awesome. He's really great. And I think that he's very cool to talk to. I'd say maybe like figure things out and ask him when he's in the call or when you're like talking to him. He's very busy, and so sometimes it can be tricky to like reach him. And so I'd say do that, and also just like have fun. He's very chill. He's very laid back.
Okay.
And he puts a lot of trust in his animators, and totally.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, he seems to be pretty chill, but also I noticed that if I don't respond within literally 30 seconds, it'll take me a day to read my DM. I don't know. I'm looking forward to that a lot. Hell yeah. Crown, I don't think you have talked about what you've been doing for the past 2 weeks. I think you're the final.
Oh, yeah. Hang on, I gotta put on my glasses.
For all you audio listeners, Crown has a profile picture of a cat and he just changed it to one with sunglasses.
Okay, so basically, I've definitely been doing a tiny bit of work throughout. I've just mainly been gathering voice actors. That's been like... Red has introduced me to Casting Call Club, which is like, it's so easy to get people on there. A lot of the people in Casting Call Club are just like really awesome. It makes it so easy for doing projects because like most people on there just really want to be, they want to be voice actors. They want to be a part of projects. So it's just really easy to be able to gather people from there. It's awesome. Everyone I've met through there so far has been like extremely great to work with and communicate with. It's been completely awesome. And Remember Afton is starting to get to like a stage where like it's already like mainly announced now, and like I can probably get a trailer for it or just something out probably like early next month, I would say, because filming for the actual thing should be beginning soon. And that's going to be the huge that's going to be the huge experiment, though, because I have no idea how long filming episodes are going to take. It could take maybe like 2 days. It could take maybe like 2 weeks. I have no idea. I'm a bit worried for that, but that's definitely a road to cross when we get there. But like, I'm mainly still just setting everything up to be ready to start filming as soon as all the lines are in. I have like a few more buildings to do. I think Illumio's adding a few more models, but we're basically there. We're getting like really close now, and I'm really happy. And like even Jack finished the intro for it, which is awesome. I want to show that after the podcast. It's all great. Everything's going good in my opinion.
Nice.
And I'm really excited to be able to say more throughout the next few weeks.
I'm really excited to see how it goes. I'm super curious to see how the first seriously narratively told machinima in years is gonna look like.
Yeah, especially since this one's gonna be like a lot darker. Like this one isn't like, oh hey, it's Minecraft, it's made for kids. This is just genuinely a lot darker. Characters will be killed. There'll be blood.
And Minecraft is just the medium you're telling it through.
Yeah. So like it's definitely gonna be darker, so I feel like people can definitely catch on to that. The only main problem to me that could be a problem to people is simply because it doesn't follow the FNAF lore like at all. It goes off its own thing to try to be original. So there's gonna be like people that are like, oh, that didn't happen in FNAF, or oh, this is wrong. But like, yeah, it's the entire point for it to be wrong, because retelling the same story over and over, it gets old. It doesn't matter like how many cool visuals you put in it or what you do. If it's the same story over and over, people will eventually get bored of it, especially if it's been retold 200 times, like Five Nights at Freddy's. So like
specifically William Afton murdering children and then getting
springlocked.
Oh man, springlocked. Him like winding them up, bringing them to the back rooms. I've seen that billions of times.
Animatronics getting haunted, then chasing William around, and then William gets springlocked.
Yep.
It's been done. It's been done so many times. So like,
oh my god, the qualities of watching things for the visuals.
Yeah. And like, oh my gosh, that's why like simply Springtrap is not gonna happen in Remember Afton. It's not gonna happen. Like
you're gonna like blue ball people.
I've definitely thought of just putting the word Springtrap in there somehow, but like just as a funny, but like
what are we? Some kind of spring trap?
Where are we? Are we in a spring trap? Oh wait, no, they gotta be discussing like traps of some kind.
Wait,
what kind of mouse trap are this? Is this a springed trap?
Crown.
Yeah.
You should totally just name an episode Spring Trap and then have the episode have nothing to do with that whatsoever.
Like, oh, we should set them on fire. It'll be like a burn trap.
Well, we are about 1 hour and 20 minutes into the podcast. What do you guys have any goals for this upcoming week? Ethan, why don't we start out with you? Do you have anything that you're currently working on that you wish to complete in the next 7 days?
Next 7 days. Warden Rap, get that out. I am begging, please.
That's
no, I think you should cancel the video.
That's not in your control.
Yeah. That and I guess the SMP, but that's gonna come out soon. So it's really just that, and then I'm gonna.
And then you just hibernate for the next month.
That would be very nice. I would love that. That would be so cool. I think I'm gonna get reeled into the next project though.
Oh gosh.
Okay. Do you have more Danny B videos lined up?
Yes.
Damn. Can't wait.
So much Danny B to go around.
So much D to go around.
No.
I do know what my next mob rap will be. Almost certainly. And
Ooh.
I'm gonna
I'm
keep
so
it secret this
excited.
time. Yeah.
I bet it's gonna be the armor stand rap.
Ooh.
Well, now I'm gonna have to change it. That won't work.
Silverfish wrap.
I can't wait for large fern wrap.
Large fern.
Item frame rap.
Item frame wrap.
Waxed copper wrap.
Lightly weathered wax cut copper stairs rap.
How did you memorize that whole thing?
I don't know. Autism.
Item frame wrap. Oh, people put things in me. Oh, I get that. Okay,
Actually, no, that would genuinely be in it. You should pitch that to Dan.
I'm an item frame. Put a stick in me. Anyway, Crown, speaking of sticks, what do you want to do for the next week?
What?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Wait,
yeah.
why do you go to me? Why was
You
that
know.
the transition?
Don't think about it. What do you want to do for the next week? We're back to the format.
Hi guys, welcome to the CTRL+S podcast. But for next week, I just generally want to see if it's possible to get all the voice acting in within the next 7 days, and then get recording, because that's gonna be fun. It's scary because my PC is literally just borderline able to record this stuff in 60 FPS with shaders. I know at some point I'm gonna have to invest in a new computer because this one ain't gonna hang on for too much longer. It's like I love this computer. It's got my Peter Griffin sticker on it, but like it's not gonna last too much longer. It blue screens every other week.
Oh my gosh.
Jeez.
And when it starts blue screening, it blue screens like multiple times a day, and then it goes back to not blue screening for like 3 weeks.
No.
It's great.
That's so silly.
Awesome. It's so goofy.
Yeah, it like hibernates and then decides no. So it's super awesome. What about you, Red? What do you want to do for the next week?
Oh wow! Flipping it right back to the Uno verse card. I ideally I would like to start the aforementioned Manny B music video, but that is a bit out of my control. I will try to like organize something with Mr. B, but if I can, it would be really cool to start that because I think I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. It's letting you do the Endermite rap. You know, everyone's favorite Bob.
The 2 pixels.
Oh man, the Firefly rap, that would go so hard.
Wait, that would be awesome. You don't even have a rig for it at all. It's literally just the 2 pixels dancing around.
Well, the Fireflies are in Warden rap. I already did that.
Oh wait,
yeah.
wait, no, you do the 2
They were in
pixels,
Spider-
but then you have like a
They were
2D
too.
face on it.
That's true. You know what? That's actually the perfect place to bring it up. We should make it a tradition. For every single mob rap, until they add it, there has to be Fireflies somewhere.
I got you. I got you.
Like,
Petition.
I'll provide you with the model. It was geometry nodes if you
Like
want me to.
Oh hell yeah, that'd be awesome.
All I'm saying is like they were saying, oh yeah, we can't add fireflies. Cause these things, you see these 2 pixels? we can't add them because
hard.
they're poisonous to frogs. Like, yeah, let me show you your solution. Normal fly. Change a single pixel. Don't remove the entire mob.
Is it even a mob?
Yeah, it was just particles, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think so.
So silly.
I'm just.
But yeah, I'm definitely getting them flies in there.
Cool.
If not starting the music video, I do want to do some more R&D for the environments. I'm gonna be trying something different with the environments. So over the past like couple weeks or couple months or so, I've been experimenting with the style that I eventually want to carry over to my movie that I want to produce eventually, which is basically how it goes is all man-made objects are going to be in a Minecraft style, but any natural elements like trees and grass and shit, those are all going to be photorealistic. And I've gotten pretty good at doing that in exclusively a forest environment. I really haven't done anything else. So
Do you have
I
a
would like
picture of
to.
that?
Yeah.
wanna see that.
Here.
Oh yeah, it's so cool.
Thank you.
It looks so cool.
Let me upload this one. It is processing. But that's something that I want to try out for the new Danny B rap. And there's another strategic element to it, is I want to see what the community at large thinks of it. Because every time I posted it on Twitter, it's gotten a lot of reception. It's left my sphere, but Danny B has a much bigger platform than I do, so I'd be really curious to see what the general community thinks. But yeah, here's an example of what I've been cooking.
Wow. That
Props
looks
to
really
Zen.
cool.
Thank you. Props to Zenth for doing some DaVinci resolving on the lighting and post.
That
But-
looks so insane. My glasses broke.
For all you audio listeners out there, the glasses on the cat profile picture are now gone.
Yeah. But
You
there's
wanna
something.
know-
Go ahead.
The funny thing about this profile picture is every time the glasses disappear, so do the ears.
It's like those glasses with like the nose and the mustache, except with the ears. But yeah, this is going to be interesting because the concept that I have in mind does have both the overworld and the not overworld. I was going to spoil it, but it's more abstract and more up to interpretation. So I'll have to figure out how to, translate it elsewhere. But yeah, so
Sounds cool.
doing some R&D for this, as well as maybe start the project once we like settle on business stuff like a budget and whatnot.
Yeah.
But that was pretty much it. But how about you, Comic Cyrus?
You should pay me not to be there.
Okay, maybe I'll consider it. What do you want to do over the next 7 days, Mr. Cyrus?
Here's what I'm thinking.
A girl.
No, shut up. I think I'm not gonna set any goals for myself. I'm going to let myself. I'm going to work. I want to work on the things that I need to work on, but I'm not gonna tell myself specifically what to do, and I'm just gonna see what I get done.
Okay, nice.
I'll try to get as much as I can, but I'm just gonna do what I'm feeling in the moment rather than trying to force myself to working on something specific.
Okay.
Anyway, so I think we should like interpret like slime into this podcast. Like anytime we don't complete our weekly goals, we have to dump an entire jug of slime.
You mean like Nickelodeon?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Like, gotta burn off our left hand into ashes.
Ice bucket challenge.
That's
Hell yeah.
Ice bucket challenge is probably
I know.
a lot better than the ashes thing.
It seems like you've been on a pretty productive kick, mostly working for other people. So I think this is a good time if any to do it. But yeah, very poggers and very sick. How about you, Zenth? Got anything? What would you like to do over the next week? We're setting our goals for the next week.
I hear you. Okay.
7 days, by the way. That's how long a
Thank
week
We're in a
is.
podcast.
Yeah.
Okay. I definitely want to experiment more with the style of the little video I'm working on. Something I want to do since I've been getting into streaming a little more recently. I was going to stream a couple days ago, but I kind of forgot. I want to do something similar to what you were doing and do like a little style test. And I want to do a little animated one because I need to. Something I haven't considered at all is animation style. A few things I wanted to do was like work with like animating on twos because that's something I don't really think besides blocking I've ever done. And I was thinking maybe I could animate on twos for far away shots. Like if the character's far away enough, I'll just like. I know there's terms for these, and I use them all the time, and I just forget them, like, whenever I need to use them. But it's okay. I definitely want to do that, because I feel like I've been improving a lot, but I just don't do anything. But it's something I want to do. Besides that, I'm not so sure. I'm kind of just, all I'm really doing right now is just waiting on people, and then we can, like, finally push forward with it, but... I don't know. I honestly don't know what's next, so that's really all I have. Oh yeah, and I want to sleep.
Yeah,
Alright,
I could
good,
tell.
that's
But yeah, that's super cool. No, you've been doing a shit ton for this new style, so as always, like as pretty consistently, I'm excited to see where it goes next.
Yeah.
It seems like you're really like honing it in and nailing it, which is
Thank
it's
you.
pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty epic to see.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But yeah, I
It
think
almost makes me want to put my glasses back on. I'm not going to.
Aren't you rate limited by Discord?
Did they get destroyed?
Yeah, that's why I can't.
I see. Well, this is the longest episode by far. We are past an hour and 30 minutes, an hour and a half. Before we do the sign off, Ethan, if you had to tell the entire world one thing, what would it be?
Oh gosh, that's a lot of pressure. That
Wait.
Warden Rap might be coming out the 25th.
You heard it here first, folks. Warden Rat may or may not be out by the time this video
It'll
is out.
be out. Oh, how about this? It'll be out before Act 2 comes out.
All right, here we go, folks.
Oh yeah, go play Venge. It's cool.
Oh yeah, you could also do that if you want.
Oh shit, I totally forgot to mention Venge in your massive array of skills. You also made a game, which is pretty wild.
Thank you.
Actually, I made multiple games.
Multiple.
That is true.
Man. I would love to delve into that, but this episode is long as hell. Just go play Venge, go watch Warden Rap. This has been Control+S Week 8. Huge thanks to Ethan for joining us today on our longest episode.
Wait.
Yeah, of course.
Wait.
Oh,
Wait. I forgot something, Red. I forgot something.
What did you
I
forget?
forgot something in my section.
What was it? What did you want to say? Get it in.
No!
My God! Holy shit! We got so
Oh
close!
my god! Oh my god!
Also,
Jesus,
Okay.
I almost forgot.
end it.
Okay.
please censor that. Please censor.
Okay.
Can somebody tell me what just happened?
were so
It
close.
was
What in the world?
I zoned out and almost fell
doxing it.
asleep.
Okay, Ethan, you don't know this, but
What?
every single episode, we have doxed somebody. We have said each other's addresses, and I've had to censor it out ever since the very first episode, and we got so close to
No.
not.
We need to show Ethan how the first episode began after this.
Yeah, we definitely do. It was like before an entire minute. Anyway, this. Thanks for joining us for week 8. It's been a pleasure talking to you. It's like, even though this is the longest episode ever, it's for good reason. You've done so much, and it's so cool to hear about everything. So I hope Warden Rap comes out very soon, and I really look forward to hearing what you're making next. Yeah. So, but yeah, as a reiteration, all of the images that we talked about, which aren't a whole lot, but they'll be in the description under an Imgur album. You can follow us on YouTube and Twitter at CTRL+S Podcast. I try to put out episodes every Saturday at 10 a.m., but sometimes I'm late, like I was for the last episode, but sometime during the weekend. I've never missed the weekend. So that's all for now. Hope to catch you in the next one.
Bye, Zen.
Peace. Bye, Zen.
Bye.
Shout out to